Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Got a lot of MLB to talk about tonight. But first, before I bring everybody in, I just want to say this episode is brought to you by Maono Microphones and the Maono Microphone Wave T5 wireless microphone system. I do have that unit paid for with my own money, by a matter of fact. Wanted to show us some love tonight, but they did. Yeah, boy. Hook your boy up with some headphones. I got much love to Maono. So let me go ahead and bring everybody in. Let me see. Oh, there he is. This is my co-host, and this man has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. It will be pivotal in tonight's episode. Let me bring my man Seven in. Seven, what's up? How you doing? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, we have a technical difficulty with Seven. Let me go ahead and bring Ando in real quick. Ando, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Sweet. How we doing, Will?
Doing good, man. Can't complain.
I mean, you could complain if you were a Mets fan still, but Mets sell big. Mets sell big the last couple of days, man.
Braves ain't doing so hot now, but can't win for losing. But
you know what? You know what? You could always be a Mariners fan.
Facts. All right. As we're waiting on Seven to come through, and come on back, I got a question. And we all saw what happened over the weekend with the Dodgers. Are they unstoppable now?
Unstoppable, no. Unlikable, absolutely. Man, they remind me so much of the Yankees of the 90s where, oh my God, we got to get into Dodger Blue and go play for the Dodgers. Somebody made a funny post on TikTok. I think it was TikTok, where every major player at every position by the end of 2028 will be a Dodger. So whoever the best first baseman is going to be a Dodger. Mookie Betts, because of his contract, will still be a Dodger. Bobby Witt Jr. will go from Royal Blue to Dodger Blue. Julio Rodriguez will go from Seattle to LA. And then their starting rotation is every single ace. So Jacob from Milwaukee, the kid throwing 106 miles an hour almost every single pitch. Tarek Skubal, Shohei. And then their closer, believe it or not, was reinvented 2004, Mariano Rivera. So
yes,
unstoppable, no. But I think this is going to raise a lot of eyebrows. I think this is going to be kind of that piece of the cake that leads to baseball being I don't want to say on strike because I know that's not the word.
Yeah.
But I don't think we see baseball. Excuse me. I don't think we see baseball start on time next year. Because of stuff like this, man. And I know the argument that people will say that other teams could have offered what the Tigers offered the Dodgers for Tarek Skubal. The problem is that like Seattle could have, but first off, Seattle is not LA. I will never compare Seattle to Los Angeles, right? And I'm from Seattle. If I could go to LA or Seattle, I think the first or second time you give me that option, I'm going to go to Seattle. After that, I'm going to go to LA because there's so much more to do in LA than there is Seattle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Seven is back.
Oh my goodness. Sorry about the technical issues. I apologize.
Were you being deferred to the Dodgers as well? Is that what took you so long?
No, the
payment.
What it was is the podcasting gods were like, he's about to come unglued. Let's give him another minute to cool down. We're gonna give him something to distract himself by.
Real quick, Brandon, what's up, brother? Goodbye
what's up,
here,
Brandon?
Goodbye here, play here, Dodgers. If you can't beat them, just buy them. So true, so true.
But I think Seven will agree. I mean, every team could have made the same offer for Tarek Skubal.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, because of what the Dodgers have going, because of especially the last 2 years, I would argue and say the last 3 or 4 years, the pedigree and what the Dodgers have become, which is this unstoppable franchise. Even though they've won the last 2 years before that, I knew we were joking about them turning blue because of how bad they choked. You're guaranteed to make it to the playoffs. Hell, what? They have an 11-game lead in the NL West already. Yeah, it's if I could go to LA and make billions of dollars, yeah, I would.
What was that you just threw up, Seven? Nope, nothing. It's money only. I feel you, Brandon.
Okay, so here's the thing. The first Andrew is correct. The cost that was paid by the Dodgers could have been paid by every other team. Now, every other team is operating under the risk that he's a rental because it's assumed he's going to sign with the Dodgers in the offseason. And everybody's like, oh, well, this is more reason that we need a salary cap. This is 2024 season. Most recent numbers that I could find. This is how much of the revenue that the team received that got put back into payroll. Maybe we don't need a salary cap, or if we do have a salary cap, we need to tell these teams at the bottom that you've got to have at least 50, 60% of your revenue going back into payroll. Maybe we set the cap at 85%.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, because I understand when you've got the Dodgers and the Mets up here, and they're obviously still up here in this range this season. So we can, we don't have to mince words there. But if we're going to do a salary cap, let's put it a percentage of the revenue. All these owners do is do everything they can to increase revenue. Well, guess what? 60% of your revenue at a minimum has to go into your players' pockets.
I go with that.
That's a salary cap.
I can roll with that.
And the players have every ounce of incentive to agree to the salary cap. Every ounce of reason. Because this is forcing the owners to spend. If you set the floor, we'll say 50%. Based on this number right here that we're looking at for this chart from 2024, all the bottom teams after number 9, every team from number 9 would have to spend more. And large chunk of these teams are teams that we criticize for not spending enough anyway. So, as far as I'm concerned, this has nothing to do with the Dodgers and everything to do with the owners around the league wanting to put more money in their pocket than they do into their roster.
Right.
And I'm not, there's no reason for a salary cap. Not until now, if every owner is spending 80% and above, and there's still some marketed balance, the Dodgers still have some substantial advantage. There's multiple teams that are spending $200-300 million a year, and the teams that are spending less are not making it, then we can talk about an actual dollar amount. But why don't we have these owners put their ass on the line? You have to spend a minimum of X percent of your revenue and no more than max of whatever percent. That's how the cap is designed. Then you do the NBA soft cap system with a percentage, with a tax as you go over those percentage. But that to me, that's the thing that makes sense, because you're blaming the Dodgers for doing what every other team should have done, which was trade for Tarek Skubal and do everything they can to re-sign it. So tell me why the Dodgers are the villains in this case. Don't get me wrong. I don't like that the Dodgers are collecting players like they're Infinity Stones. But you can look at player projections for this roster And Tarek Skubal's like this, he's not even the best pitcher on that team. He might be number 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Depending on how you rate some of these pitchers that they have.
Yeah. I would say Yamamoto's having a really solid season this year.
Yeah. I mean, Yamamoto's definitely the ace on that team.
Yeah.
And then you can start to argue from there at 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
But
Skubal is how old?
28? He's 30? I thought he was 28.
30.
My bad.
He's 30.
Okay.
And so and here's the thing. Like, I was talking about this because I went down and I had lunch with Erica yesterday. And we were talking about it. The deal, based on the research that she and I could find, the deal that he wants is like 7 to 8 years, probably around $375 million. Every team in Major League Baseball should be willing to pay that amount. If you're not willing to pay that amount for a pitcher like Tarek Skubal, you're a fucking idiot. I do have some pretty wicked farts. I've cleared out some buildings before. And it's actually, this is green. This is the Fenway Green Sox jersey. I don't hate the Dodgers for doing what literally every team should have done. What I do hate is these bottom tier owners playing victim when they in fact are the problem.
But Tony, the Dodgers supposedly have a top-notch farm system, but they don't like to use them.
Win now. Here's the thing. And I'm going to use this example because you raise a valid question, but let's talk about this. Christian Campbell, Boston Red Sox, one of the top prospects last year. So good in spring training before the 2025 season that he made the opening day roster. He was Rookie of the Month in April. Rookie of the Month, April 2025, Christian Campbell. The Red Sox signed him to a 7-year extension. Christian Campbell could not adjust. And after that first month, he fell apart. He's in AAA right now, floundering.
Wow.
He may not make it in baseball to the end of his deal before he's just done. Having a lot of great prospects is really nice, but there is no guarantee that they are going to pay off. And if you're the Dodgers and you're expected to win now and you're going for a three-peat and that's your focus, all that farm system is a list of resources that you have to get what you want. And the Yankees would do the same thing in that scenario. The Red Sox did do the same thing. I think we're going to talk about that trade. I am not a fan, but every team does that. That's why the Red Sox had to have Chaim Bloom as the GM for a while. He fixed that farm system. He's doing the same thing right now in St. Louis, but he's actually also building the team that's on the field. And as a result, we're getting a much better product. I get that it's extreme for one player, but sometimes you have a generational talent. The rules are different. When Tarek Skubal fell off the board, other pitches started falling that quick. Mm-hmm. Freddie Peralta, gone. Kevin Gausman, gone.
Like Bubic from Kansas City left today too.
Bubic went from Kansas City today. Clay Holmes was traded. Like it was that quick. The rest of the league was waiting for that piece to fall.
Yeah.
And so it's because that set the tone.
Robbie Ray from Giants also went too.
I wish Rob Manfred would have retired before he became commissioner. I think I will be honest and say I think there are some things that he's done right. I like the pitch clock. There are people that argue against it. They're wrong. The pitch clock has done very well for baseball. I like, but then there's the ghost runner in the playoffs, in the extra innings, but only during certain times. Rob Manfred is largely responsible and was a huge advocate for the ABS challenge system, which has done great things for baseball already this season. Go ahead.
How does that make you feel? Like congratulating Manfred like that? Does that leave a bad taste in your mouth?
I have some bile in the back of my throat.
Okay, I just want to make sure. He
was about to throw up for a little bit.
But
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Who do I think was better, Selig or Manfred? Manfred, because he never pretended he was something other than what he was. Bud Selig, did everything. Bud Selig was a politician. Robert Manfred is actually more of a commissioner. He's not. I don't think he's the best commissioner, but he's certainly better than Bud Selig. Bud Selig is
Selig seemed more like a hired. Selig to me seemed more like a hired puppet.
They're all hired puppets. They all work for the owners. They're supposed to be a mediator, but they all work for the owners. They're all hired puppets. It's for me. The thing with Manfred is he doesn't understand players. He doesn't understand fans.
Right.
He's a lawyer by trade. He understands contracts and negotiations and legality. And that's why he's, those are important pieces. But when your commissioner has the personality of an unfilled out D&D character form, unfortunately, you're going to have some issues. And I don't like Manfred. I wish he would retire immediately. I wish he'd retired every day previously. But he's still better than Bud Selig. Tarek Skubal is going to do good things in with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are a force to be reckoned with. They were a force to be reckoned with when they got swept by the D-backs 4 years ago. They can lose at any point.
This doesn't make them. I don't know. I said unstoppable earlier, but now that I'm thinking about the scope on how the rest of Major League Baseball looks,
that unstoppable team just got swept by a team that the 1st of June had the worst record in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What team was that, 7, for our people that don't know that?
Oh, that was the Boston Red Sox.
Just making sure. Just making sure. Giving it out there to our fans.
The Dodgers can be beat. What can't be beat is a mindset that the owners are victims, because they are not.
Next
line, Jim Thome.
Wait, didn't Jim Thome used to play baseball?
Yeah.
Like an Indians first baseman, right?
Indian, right? Yeah.
And he works with the league. The Brewers lost the deadline. Let's do this. Let's do this question. Who lost the deadline? I would say the Brewers. Who won the deadline? The New York Yankees.
You think the Yankees won? And that's got to put bile in the back of your throat too, to be able to say that. All right. I just wanted to make sure I was
nasty ass taste out of my.
Just wanted to make sure, man.
Because here's the thing: the rich got richer. The best thing that you can say about the Dodgers is they don't have to face Skubal. That's the best thing you can say about the Dodgers. The Yankees legitimately got better as a team with Luis Garcia Jr. and Helio Ramos. Yeah. Those were two of the biggest trades that don't get enough credit. The Yankees.
Why let Ramos go though?
They had to. They had to.
Because the Nationals aren't going to compete in the East.
Mm-hmm.
You can get assets for the best hitter in the National League, arguably the best hitter in the National League, and I can't believe I'm saying this again as a Mariners fan, but I don't like the Yankees. The Yankees did what they needed to do. They are struggling offensively. They're pitching.
Yes.
They're pitching as long as they can stay healthy. Their pitching will get them to the playoffs. It's the bats that they need to be able to find that switch. Am I wrong, 7?
No, you're right. The bat was a big need. I think that if they had been able to also grab Clay Holmes or Kevin Gausman, I think they would have been in an even better situation. But I think Brian Cashman focused on the important parts, because you can have your pitching be a little weaker if you have a couple more reliable bats, and you're going to get very reliable bats out of Garcia and Ramos. Ramos with the Giants, he was great in the outfield, but he was a stellar at the plate. And I really liked watching him when I would watch the Giants play. And I know there's some Giants fans that are hurting with the fact that he's gone. He was always going to get traded. I'm sorry he was. That one just wasn't working. I think organizationally, there were things that I observed, stuff that happened last year with the way things have been this year. He's a talented player, but that wasn't the right spot for him. I don't know if it was just the coaching style didn't match or what it was. Braves, what do I give them? Ooh. I am going to have to give Alex Anthopoulos a D. Not just because D stands for he's a dick, but also because there are a lot of needs that were left wide open. And that path to the NLCS is going to be a bumpy one. I don't think they did enough to address the needs. And the hope that certain players are going to come back and be good from injury is optimistic. But you should still, if you're a team that's making a push, you should be beefing up where you can. And you can't tell me that there weren't deals that they could have made. They absolutely should have been in the mix for Skubal and aggressive about it. But Alex Anthopoulos does not know how to run a baseball team. So I give the Braves a D.
So the Braves should have beefed up more along the lines of pitching.
Absolutely. They should have gotten at least Gausman, Clay Holmes, or
somebody like that. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody like that. Jose Soriano was traded. He would have been a great pickup for the Braves.
Who did Soriano went to?
No.
Blue Jays?
Yeah.
I think the Blue Jays. Because I put it in our chat that Soriano got traded because he got scratched.
Oh, DeGrom
would have been a good one. I got word, and I don't know if this is true. You're going to have better sources than me on this one, Brandon. I got word that DeGrom invoked his no trade clause to waive a deal at some point today. or to force a stop of a deal. So it is possible that the Braves tried to get DeGrom and didn't. But if Anthopoulos really put all of his eggs into that basket, he deserves to lose his job even faster, because that's just a terrible idea. Yeah, the Braves needed pitching badly, especially because obviously we don't know what's going on with Spencer Strider. You may never see him back on the mound in a Braves uniform again.
He's already out for the season.
Yeah. I'm talking ever again, because there is word that he may need a third Tommy John surgery.
Oh wow!
And a third one, you're done.
Strider.
Yeah, Strider.
Okay.
Schwellenbach not back until mid-September. Damn. They needed a starting pitcher badly, probably a bullpen arm. Probably could have used some help in the infield, at least a utility guy, maybe an outfielder or something, as a backup for when inevitably Acuna goes down again.
That's gonna hurt, because that rotation gonna get tighter.
That rotation, if they can stay afloat until Spencer Schwellenbach comes in, that'll be helpful. But they should have grabbed another starting pitcher.
Yeah.
That's going to come back and bite him in the tail.
So DeGrom so far this season is 7 for 7, or 7-7. So he's 7 wins, 7 losses. ERA of 3.96, which a little higher than average probably. Why would you stay with Texas? You have a better.
His family he just doesn't want to move, and he doesn't like working in October. Probably.
That's gotta be it.
The only other team he played for besides the Rangers is the Mets, so that has to be the answer.
Yep.
He does not like working in October.
It's gotta be it.
God. I do have a friend of mine watching, but they do not want to chat. They're a Red Sox fan, Seven. Can you give us your opinions and your thoughts about the Red Sox and how they did at the trade deadline?
Okay, hold on. Maono, I understand you guys are sponsoring this and we appreciate you, but for the respect of everybody here, I have to change the logo for a minute.
Let's go.
Get him, son.
Okay.
Get him. Hold on, wait.
Okay,
go.
So hold on. Let's pull that down. Let's pull that down for a second. Let's
I was looking for a hot take.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So good evening, everybody, and this is Ando's assessment. I am not Ando. Here's the fucking problem with the stupid fucking deals that goddamn Gollum troll looking Joel Osteen motherfucker did. And I am so sick and tired of these fucking Blazers that are trying to say that Adley Rutschman is going to be the reason that we get to the fucking dance. Are you kidding me? That guy spent more time on the IL this year than I spent looking at Sabrina Carpenter's fucking pictures on Instagram. Are you kidding me? Adley fucking Rutschman for two of the 3 prospects are fucking top 5. Two top 5 prospects, another really good prospect.
Oh my gosh.
A catcher that's just having a down year. He was one of the reasons that Boston found some success last year. Yes, he's having a down season at the plate. I get that 100%. But now you're going to get rid of a good guy in the clubhouse and a good fucking catcher and 3 of your top prospects for a jackass who's spitting on the fucking. He's played 67 games this year. 67 games this year. Ando has collectively spent more time looking at anime porn on his computer than Adley Rutschman has spent on the fucking baseball field.
Carson,
I would
appreciate you
say
being here,
Poison
brother.
Ivy. I would say Poison Ivy, not anime. Poison
Okay,
Ivy.
excuse me. I stand corrected. But you're going to tell me that this was a good trade? Craig Breslow, if this was the best you can do, you don't deserve to sit in that fucking office. You're going to sit here and act like this is really a good deal? You can piss on me, but don't lie to me and tell me it's raining, bro. That is absolute bull to the extreme. There is no way, with the resources that the Boston Red Sox have at their disposal, that is the best you could fucking do. Last season, you sat on your thumb, swearing up and down that the deals weren't good. This year, you're going to overcorrect like that? Are you serious?
Y'all giving up 2 potential top 3 starters and a potential starting outfielder for Adley is wild. Yeah.
No, you're 100% correct.
That's crazy.
This deal makes absolutely no fucking sense. Go put that, somebody go put that deal in the show right now. Go to MLB
it ain't going through
and put that deal in the show.
It ain't going through.
The Red Sox are going to turn that deal down every time.
Bro, when I heard
sweep over the Dodgers.
Well, and that's the thing is, here's the thing. If Adley was healthy, it's still an overpay, but I wouldn't be as angry. If it was one of the two out of Enyenson or Witherspoon, not both of them, I would be a little bit more okay with it as long as Adley was healthy. This was such an overpay, and I don't understand how it took this long to come up with that being the best deal you could do. It makes no sense. I swear to God, Craig Breslow read Mickey Loomis's book on how to GM good and learn how to do other shit good too, and just fucking ran with it. He's looking beyond the results clearly because Jesus H fucking popsicle.
It's always a good show when we can throw Mickey Loomis under the bus. Amazing show.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hey, Brandon, I'm getting it out tonight, so you guys don't have to worry about it tomorrow. I'm getting it out tonight, letting the stress out, so that when I'm on the show tomorrow, I can just be calm. We don't have to worry about getting in trouble with the FCC.
Gotta be GM for Dummies book. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and Carson, you're right. Yeah, they're both really good prospects. I think you guys are going to really like them. I don't like that in the coming years we're going to have to see them 16 times a year.
Oh yeah.
But well, no, I guess not that way. It's just pitching prospects. But we're going to have to see them that many times a year now and know that we were, Craig Breslow was a dumbass. But we already know that Craig Breslow is a dumbass. So there's not really much we can do about it anyway. But I hope you guys enjoy him. And I wish you guys would have kept Jake Rogers because I don't know why he was thrown in there. I don't know what we did to deserve that. We already got fleeced. We didn't need to get fucked too. Jake Rogers is so Jake Rogers is the friend that you're doing everything you can to distract while you're trying to bang the hot chick at the bar because she just looks like a damn tire fire and you're just trying to get your tongue down somebody's throat. So you throw something that over their direction, go, oh, here's some fucking onion rings and hope to God that you can actually get some time with her. Why the fuck how is he playing baseball? He's hitting 169. Helen Keller with a bat that vibrates, and she's going to hit at least 210. Jesus H. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
We need to change the topic, or I'm not going to stop.
I'm happy the Mariners got rid of Castillo.
That was a good trade for you guys. That was
I gotta say, yeah. So looking at the Mariners roster, I think we're really obviously Cal Raleigh needs to find his bat. He's batting less than 200 so far.
The drop off is insane for him.
It's horrible, man. But I like Taylor Ward from Baltimore. I think that was an amazing pickup that they have. Yeah. I like our starting 5 rotation. I wish we would have gotten another pitcher for relief. I like Jose. Matt Brash, when he comes back off the IL, I think he'll be fine. I've really grown to like Brizardo. I didn't know much about Brizardo before coming into the season. And obviously, Senor Munez and his hot speed. Let's go. I think the biggest thing we need right now is Brendan Donovan to get healthy. And then I like the rotation that we have. Switch out Garver for Raleigh if Raleigh can't hit. Give him a couple days rest. Obviously, JP Crawford needs to come back. I think the MVP so far this year has been Randy Rosarina. I think as long as his bat is still semi-healthy, semi-hot, the team has a healthy shot to make the playoffs. But at some point, Houston needs to lose and Texas needs to lose.
Houston's the hottest team in baseball right now, not the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
That turnaround from Houston in the last 3 weeks has been unreal.
It's dangerous in the AL West. Definitely that.
It is, because right now you don't have a guarantee of a wild card slot if you're in the AL West and you don't win the division.
No, you don't.
Because with
two of your 3 teams are going to come out of the East. I think Boston and New York or Tampa. Tampa lets it go somehow. 2 of those 3 teams are going to take it, and then you have Cleveland or Chicago.
Chicago wins that division. Cleveland gets that last wild card slot.
Yeah,
as of right now.
So then it's going to be the West.
Right now,
the West winner will be the only team that makes it.
That's in no disrespect to the teams in the West, but it's a very soft division this season.
Oh, absolutely. No disrespect taken at all, bro.
This season, and so with Cleveland, like we're going to connect this with what Cleveland, because Cleveland's strategy right now is they are trying to win their division.
Yeah,
because they have like a 10% chance of making the playoffs as a wild card team.
Right.
They have like a 65% chance of making the playoffs, winning their division.
Yeah.
So they're focused on that division win right now because they don't want to risk it. Whereas when you look at what, and Chicago, they just have to hold. That's all they have to do. So if you're the AL West, you've got to fight. That division, you've got to be the third cat fighting for a spot on the ark, and it just started raining.
Yeah,
like you've got to be right. You got to be going, and
We got a question here in chat. Do you think Kyle juiced last year and almost got caught and doesn't know?
No,
I just think his bat's not connecting, bro. Because when he hits homers. He's just not hitting the ball. So.
Cal Raleigh. I guarantee you Cal Raleigh got more random drug tests last year than anybody knows what to do with. That dude spent so much time peeing in a cup, he can probably hit it from 20 paces with his eyes closed.
Probably.
It's because his results were so unreal. He's had a solid bat, but the connections that he was making last year, and he was seeing the ball different.
I'm glad we got rid of Taylor Ward. He looked like Eric Cartman trying to play in left field. He was really bad for us. Hope a change of scenery does him well. Yeah. He actually got traded while he was doing kids baseball clinic in Baltimore.
I'm assuming you're a Baltimore Orioles fan there, Carson. I'm surprised you guys didn't trade Gunnar. I figured if Baltimore would have been trading anybody, you don't think so?
No, they're not trading Gunnar Henderson.
I think between him and Alonso are basically untouchable for that team.
They took calls on Alonso. They just didn't get a significant offer with the stupid contract.
They just signed him in this offseason though from the Mets, didn't they?
Yeah, but they still got phone calls. But they gave him a little too much money, and so they didn't like what they saw. They'd rather keep him. I think
keep him.
Because you've got, and here's the thing: Jackson Holiday and Gunnar Henderson. Right now, they're not getting touched. That may change, but for the Orioles right now and their rebuild. Those are the future faces of the franchise. Gunnar is already a face of the franchise. Adley was one, but obviously now that's changed. So that may be kind of where Jackson moves in. But Gunnar and Jackson, they're not taking calls on them right now.
So fun fact about Gunnar Henderson, he used to play for the Norfolk Tides. That was the very first baseball stadium that I went to as a kid.
Oh, nice.
They had military appreciation night when my dad was in the military. And we went. Saw tickets. That's when they were wearing the old navy blue and sky blue jerseys. They have little seahorse now as their mascot with a little trident. I think that's freaking cool. But yeah, my brother used to have a Tides hat that he wore to death, and then left it in a Portland, Oregon restaurant, never to be seen again.
Oh,
sad days.
Sorry to hear that, man. Ooh.
Sad days.
All right, let's move on. Let's have you had anything else you want to discuss?
There was one. The Cubs beefed up their rotation, getting Clay Holmes and Kevin Gausman. I wanted to talk about this because they're not winning the division. That's the that's the Brewers division. Let's not mince words here.
You need to get down.
But
you need to get down.
The Cubs beefing up their starting rotation and adding two really, really good. And Kevin Gausman was instrumental for the Jays last year in their postseason run. Clay Holmes, you give him a good team, and he will absolutely hurl. that Cubs team is going to be a force in the postseason. They could upset some brackets and cost the sportsbook some money.
I could see them upset the Dodgers.
Dodgers. All right. Next thing I want to touch on real quick, a little bit of well, you know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and you want to do it now? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it now.
Let's do it.
Did you guys hear about Kevin Durant's comparisons between the 76ers and the Warriors?
Seven, do you want to take that first, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Dude, you want to do Ando's assessment? I'll do Ando's assessment on this.
Hold on. Go.
Ando's assessment is live on the Sports Reports podcast. All right. Kevin, I love the entertainment that you give us when you bag on Angel Reese. Absolutely love it. In fact, if you want to create 19 freaking burner accounts and trash Angel Reese, I will be your biggest fan.
He said burner accounts.
Burner accounts. I've said what I said. That being said, this is like giving the LA Dodgers of 2022 the championship because they had the best looking team on paper, and then went Dodger blue in the face and choked in the playoffs. The Sixers have yet to win shit.
Right.
The process started in 2015. We're still waiting for the fucking process to take off at this point. Now, if the process was to go 10 years with 4 playoff series wins, right? Now, one of them, granted, one of the series losses was to Kawhi Leonard in that
Toronto Raptors, yeah, on that shot. Yep.
4 bounce beauty that he made. I'll give you that one, right? But the 76ers ain't done shit. They haven't made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You barely make it to the second round of the playoffs. This year, you had all the momentum in the world after coming back from 3-1 down against the Celtics to get swept by the eventual NBA champions. But you guys basically laid down in the middle of Madison Square Garden, took a blanket, covered up your head, and said, we don't want to play no more. And your plan is to get LeBron James and Jaylen Brown, which is great on paper. But as Chris Berman says, this is why you play the game. Until the 76ers win something, I'm not going to compare this 76ers franchise to any team possible, right? I will say the Warriors with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, that's a very great team. They made it to 4 NBA championships and won 2?
2. Because they lost to Cleveland.
Yeah, they lost to Cleveland.
And then they lost to Toronto.
Okay, so 2-2. Yeah, so on paper, sure, I will absolutely agree with you. But until the Sixers win something, and it's not even guaranteed that the Sixers are going to win it because they got to get through the gauntlet that is the East. Now, the East definitely is not as deep as the West, but you have Boston, who I think is better by subtraction. New York, who still has something to prove. They're not going to be looking at one ring for the next 56 years. They're going to be looking to build on that.
Yes.
Miami got Giannis, and I think him and Bam Adebayo will play very great basketball together. I want to see how Indiana's going to come back with Tyrese Halliburton. I think he'll be ready to make that team a playoff contender again. And obviously, Will, you can take the assessment off, bring you guys back on, because I want to see your face when I say this. Let's see what Chicago does, y'all. Let's see what Chicago does. Can we get past the play-in tournament and make it to the 6th seed? Please.
Hell no.
NBA championship for the first time.
It looks like judging what they did, and again, it's just summer league. Everybody look good in summer league.
Yeah.
But it looks like they might be a fun team to watch, but let's not kid ourselves. This still not gonna be very good.
There's a simple solution. I know who you guys can trade for.
We'll
give Patrick Williams the support that he needs to turn into the ultimate NBA star.
Who do we need?
DeAndre Ayton.
Chicago's already being talked about.
Hell no.
I just spent 5 minutes ragging on Angel Reese's ass. I would bring Angel Reese over P. Will at this point. At least I know Angel Reese is going to give me 10 rebounds a game. They might be 9 offensive rebounds on the same possession, but at least that way I know I'm getting 10 fucking rebounds.
Oh my goodness. You know, good and doggone well. That man got a Dan Sorensen level pictures on somebody P. Will does to stare at that organization. Because good Lord, he's trash, man.
I'm gonna say this. I think that KD's comparison was too soon. But at the same time, he's absolutely correct because he said that they have their first four, all four have potential to score 25 points a game. Could you imagine getting 100 points on the scoreboard from 4 of your 5 starters?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty damn broken.
Yeah.
So what he said was correct, but do we want to put them in that same category overall? No. You don't get to that same category in theory.
Right.
And I talk a really good game with the chicks. In theory, I've given a lot of orgasms. Yeah, but I ain't going to the Hall of Fame. Trust me. The results do not match the talk. That's all I'm going to say. So you got to wait till the results match up.
Oh, man.
Yeah. This is KD looking past the results in Philadelphia.
Big time.
Hey, Will, how does looking past the results fare when you do it in sports?
But
normally
he's not looking past the results. He's looking at the potential.
there's there's no results to look past because Philly ain't done shit.
Exactly. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you don't perform,
It's like what I was talking about earlier with the farm systems in Major League Baseball. There's a lot of players in Major League Baseball farm systems that have a ton of potential. Yeah. How many of them will actually realize that potential?
Right. That's the key. All right. I just thought it was ridiculous because it's two different situations. This is a Kevin Durant in his prime. You know, if you could talk about LeBron 41, but this is KD, 27 years old at the time, at the peak of his powers. And
28. I think he was 28 when he went to
27, 28. And you at the peak of your powers, you got the greatest shooting duo of that time with Seth and Clay. You got Draymond there. He wasn't beating up people like he is now. So
we all know that.
He's always been beating people up.
that there was so much about that season though that was lightning in a bottle for them, and I don't mean that in like a denigrating way. And for the Yankees fans, denigrating means to put down.
Yeah, they explained it to them.
They're Yankees fans. They don't know. I gotta clarify. But
make it clear for him.
For KD, I think he's excited about the potential because let's be honest. If this team gets to even 85% of their potential, there's not a team in the league that can beat them.
I still feel that everything rests on Joel Embiid. I still believe that. If
Joel Embiid plays at least 70 games this season, that team will destroy the NBA. Every game below that, but no, I don't think he will either. And that's the thing. That's why it's kind of like with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has a ton of potential. We've got to see resources before we're going to give him any praise because he hasn't earned a damn thing at this point.
Right.
How many years has he been in the playoffs and not a single playoff win? He's made 3 appearances, right? 3 or 4. Jacksonville, where he lost by 1. Houston last year.
Houston, he lost to Houston.
Yep, and then New England this year.
Yeah. No, you're right, and that's the thing. Like this team with the Sixers, I honestly I would really like to see these guys do something because the Sixers being successful means that we're actually going to see Joel Embiid play some good basketball. Because that's going to be that's going to be a requirement. There's no doubt about that. Right. So we're going to get some good basketball to Joel Embiid. We're going to get to see LeBron's swan song look absolutely fantastic and not a clusterfuck of a wreck like he's had in LA. And then we look at what we're going to get, the Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown. That could be a dynamic duo in the NBA for at least another 5 years, especially if they build up chemistry and work together. That's going to be a really good combo. But it's how that team comes together and what you get out of Joel Embiid that matters. That's why you can't say they are this yet. They have the potential to be. Absolutely.
They ain't done nothing.
Ain't done a damn thing yet, though.
Nope.
However, because they ain't done nothing, take a page out of LeVar Ball's book and say they've never lost. Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost. Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost. Never lost.
All right, fellas. Let me ask this as our time is winding down. I might not get through the whole list. Does the Super Bowl go through LA this year with everything the Rams has done so far?
Ando, go ahead.
I think until we get into the actual season itself, give me 4 weeks into the regular season, and I'll tell you if it does or not. The problem with the NFL is 1 or 2 injuries can completely change the dynamic of your roster.
Yeah, we might talk about that in a second. Yeah.
Yeah. So football is one of those that I never count my chickens before they hatch. Like you can have a great September and then the rest of the season you just completely eat shit. So give me 4 weeks and I'll let you know. If I had to answer it right now, I'm going to say no. I still think it's Seattle. I think Seattle did just enough to keep themselves at the top of the NFC. Philly could be a contender this year. I really want to see what Detroit does after kind of falling the way that they did.
That's going to be interesting.
They're going to be hot dog water. I think that was just lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't want to say that because I like when Detroit is good in football because it just adds that. I like Motor City Dan Campbell. I think it's amazing.
Perfect spot for him.
Yeah,
But is he a good coach?
Yeah. It's hard to tell. Well, I guess we'll find out this year.
Oh, yeah.
So.
No, it doesn't. It does go through Seattle. You to be the best, you got to beat the best. If LA wants to be the best, they've got to go through Seattle. That division is Seattle's. That conference is Seattle's. And whoever the AFC team is that wants to go to the Super Bowl, they need to be building to beat Seattle. Because Seattle, just like Ando said, Seattle added resources. Seattle got better in the offseason.
Yeah. With the exception of Kenneth Walker.
Dude, no, they'll be fine without. They'll be fine without.
I think it'll be all right with Charbonnet and the rest of the crew. I think
right. The loss of Kenneth Walker not included. They got better, and they were actually kind of lacking last year. Nobody had them making the run that they did.
Mm-mm.
And you're going to give them more time with that and build it up.
Yeah.
That's the NFC goes through Seattle.
Oh.
I'm
with Ando on this one.
Okay. Cool.
Holy shit. It's not often you hear that, guys.
Staying in that same division, what should we expect from the 49ers this season with all these injuries they're going through? One of the main wide receivers.
What did you say, Seven?
Just go ahead.
No, what did you say? I know you mumbled something into your mic. What did you say?
Hold on. Let him finish the question.
Okay.
I'll start again. What should we expect from the 49ers this coming season? Possibly a step back because of all the injuries that's mounting?
A lot of driver's education courses. That's
oh my God.
So yesterday, I went down to see Erica. My car's not really in the best shape. So I went and rented a car for the had some reward points on my credit card. Went to Hertz, rented a car. Had a 2026 Nissan Kick. Not really my style normally. But this vehicle had adaptive cruise control and lane assist and that automatic braking. So once I got to speed, I set it. I had to keep a hand on the wheel. But outside of when I was changing lanes, it kept everything within the line. And I really didn't have to do a lot. Kyle Shanahan turned off both of those functions. Like, how are you supposed to get roadhead with those off, bro? Like, what are you even doing? What's the point of an intern to giving you roadhead if you're going to turn that shit off in your fucking Tesla? But the 49ers, damn it. The 49ers can't get out of their own way. So what do I expect from the 49ers this year? Them getting in their own way. More drama, more stupidity, more distractions,
more injuries.
More injuries.
Yeah.
Because they would rather blame an electromagnetic field than a shitty medical team.
Or both. You could blame both.
Or both. I mean, sure, there's tons of scientific research that says that it's not the electronic substation that's right there.
Yeah.
Plenty
Seattle was playing there 2 weeks and they didn't have any injuries before the Super Bowl.
And right.
I'm just saying.
And there were studies done not just in general about that kind of subject, but they did environmental impact studies there to check if there were things that were actually causing issues and found no correlation.
Well, don't
There
forget.
is no excuse for what is going on inside that clubhouse right now.
No.
Well, don't forget, Ricky Pearsall is on injury reserve, and he's going to have to go through surgery for a right knee PCL injury, and everything is so bad right now. They had to sign your boy Debo back.
The fact that they need to depend on a broken down Mike Evans
And
as
Debo.
your number one receiver. Yeah,
And
if Evans would have been fine. Evans would have been fine as a 2 if you'd have had Pearsall at the 1. Now you're going to put Brock Purdy.
Evans was always going to be at the 1.
You think so?
Oh yeah, Evans.
I think
Evans would have been number 1.
He would draw the defense of the 1, but I would throw it to the chemistry between Pearsall and Purdy. I think would be there, so you could lay back on that while he gets.
You want Pearsall in the middle where he's going to get open. Mike Evans is your 1.
I'm gonna refrain from what I wanted to say. Pearsall gets shot down in the open. Shit, did I say that out loud?
You're a horrible person.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You need to see 7 tomorrow morning.
You're gonna have to go through some sensitivity training now. So.
Usually, it's my sexual content that gets me sent to HR, folks. Just a heads up.
You want Pearsall in the middle. You don't want him on the outside. If he's on the outside, it's because he did a cut route or a slant or whatever, and he's gone through the middle of the field.
You want him more in the slot.
You want him as your 2, your slot, your gadget, because he not only does he have that good relationship with Brock and he can improvise in a way that others can't, but that a young kid like that's got that cut, that agility. Mike Evans has one direction that he can run. It's that way.
I just looked at the 49ers depth chart. Evans just joined the injury list 3 hours ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
He got hurt in camp.
3 hours ago, they reported him as one of the injured 49ers receivers.
And then you know your boy George Kittle's trying to come back.
Yeah.
And you can and in any moment, Christian McCaffrey can fall down.
Yeah.
And break his pinky toe. I mean,
the receivers that they got, Mike Evans is hurt. Obviously, you said they just re-signed Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Ricky Pearsall isn't even on the roster at this point because he's
injured reserve. Christian
Kirk is out with an injury. Deshaun Sterling, he's out with an injury, and Brandon Ayuk is out with an injury.
I don't think you see Ayuk in a 49ers uniform ever again.
No,
all I gotta say is rest in peace. Rest in peace, 49ers wide receivers.
Yeah, rest in peace for that seat. Rest in peace for this season. Yep. Who Brock gonna throw to?
Christian McCaffrey.
You really think he's gonna have time to get the ball off?
They still have Trent Williams.
I mean, the line is gonna be decent, but
if they can stay healthy.
But there's nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
That's that entire offense is just fucked. I hate to say it.
Curse of Kyle Shanahan. Crashing and burning. Shit, I just went there again.
You did it again. Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Okay, I want to say this in true levity. That's the word, levity. Kyle Shanahan publicly took responsibility for that accident.
Okay.
You never hear that. And that's so I will respect that, because most of the time when celebrities are in this place, they're like, don't say anything publicly.
Right.
Just let everything work behind the scenes after, comment. I'm glad we could resolve this amicably. No, he took accountability. And so I will respect that. But Kyle, you were either drunk or you're just very, very stupid, and your team is showing.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough, particularly in that division with Seattle and the Rams.
You're going to be competing with Arizona for the last place spot.
Yeah.
Well,
and Arizona might have the leg up
because they actually finally got Jacoby Brissett. Sorry, they finally just got Jacoby Brissett, and he's going to be their starter.
They signed him. You got Jeremiah
Hold
Love
it together,
there.
7. Hold it together.
You got Jeremiah Love there.
If they can keep Jeremiah Love healthy.
Hopefully your boy Marvin Harrison Jr. can start doing some stuff.
What's crazy is that roster actually could be not horrible.
Yeah.
What's up,
Jory?
How you doing, Jerry?
If they can get an offensive line to keep Love healthy, that'll take pressure off of Brissett. But yeah, I think
Trey McBride, Trey McBride gonna bring it.
Yeah. But the make or break is going to be Marvin Harrison because he's your deep threat. If
Harrison
gets the ball, that opens up the offense so much.
He's going to have to do something. Last year, I think he caught what, like 4 touchdowns, and that was it.
Yeah.
And how many drops did he have over the course of the season?
Yeah. And it was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that, though, stems from the way that it feels to be on that team when your starting quarterback has to sit in a booster seat driving his own car?
They don't have to worry about that this year.
Exactly.
Now they just have a 25-year-old rookie in Carson Bank who could
stop it, Seven. Stop it.
Nah, fuck Kyler Murray. I don't even care.
Yeah. No, look, John's not here, so we can talk shit about the Vikings. John's not here, so we can talk shit about the you must be this high quarterback in Minnesota.
If anybody can fix Kyler Murray, it's Kevin O'Connell. So I'm actually legit interested to see what happens because Kevin O'Connell has gotten stuff out of quarterbacks we didn't know was possible.
That is true.
Kyler Murray could be a black miniature Tom Brady, and we just don't know it yet. And Kevin O'Connell's going to get it out of him. Like we don't even know. Like
Kevin O'Connell is probably using miniature
Tom Brady.
He is using Call of Duty to unlock the potential that Kyler Murray has. He's going to be like, okay, Kyler, look, if you only play 2 hours of Call of Duty, you get a double XP on the football field, but you have to stick to just 2 hours. That's it. If you play 2.5 hours, you get no XP. Oh, okay, coach, I can do that.
So he a miniature Tom Brady.
I said miniature black Tom Brady. I'll give him.
Recognition. I'm gonna catch flack for this. I would much rather have Kyler Murray than JJ McCarthy.
You know what?
That's an easy take.
That's easy. That's easy.
Yeah, that's not a hot take.
No. Fuck out of here with your I'm 9 shit, dude.
No, nobody disagrees with that.
That's easy. That's easy.
At this point, JJ McCarthy is actually a worse bust for the NFL draft than Jamarcus Russell.
Listen, I ain't gonna say
yes. Because Jamarcus Russell's issues were all in preparation. JJ McCarthy could have a year to prep for one fucking game, and he will not complete a pass.
No.
Like, he is terrible. They are doing everything they can to fix him. They're not going to be able to. This is going to be Kevin O'Connell's first failure. On.
Are you saying that by proxy, because he's a Michigan quarterback, Alabama quarterbacks are just a little bit better than this Michigan quarterback? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I'm trying to connect the dots.
It is actually against my religion to say anything nice about Alabama quarterbacks. Jory, okay. I know you will fight me on that, and I don't care. Jalen Hurts can kiss my white ass. But JJ McCarthy's a terrible quarterback. I don't know how he's still in the NFL. Like, who is it? The Mayo guy.
Will Levis.
Will Levis. You said that there weren't 32 quarterbacks in the NFL that are better than him. Yeah, there are. But one that's not better than him is JJ McCarthy.
Of course, Jory. I'm always trying to get you started. We need that interaction in chat. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Are you trying to get me started? Yes. Yes. Definitely trying to get you started, Jerry. Definitely. One last thing, and we'll roll out for the night. Baker Mayfield says he felt disrespected by the contract offer the Bucks gave him. 2 years, $100 million total. But yet and still, he says he's disrespected. Is he correct in saying that?
Jory, if you put the handcuffs on me, I'll sit next to Damian. If I'm going down, I'm going down laughing. Yes, he's right to be disrespected. He absolutely is.
No.
He has kept, I mean, you know, your organization's going through the Tom Brady hangover.
Right.
And up and down and dealing with injury after injury after injury, and he kept that team a contender. Now, granted, the bar was lower than it would be in other divisions because of the division that they're in. But 2 years and $100 million is disrespectful. He's earned at least a longer deal. If you're going to average it out at $50 million a year for a quarterback, for a mid-tier quarterback, that's not uncommon.
Oh man, don't do
I've
what
got
love
some
is like
yard
that.
work I need to get done, Jory. I may send him a bag of chips so they can send him over. Baker Mayfield absolutely deserves at least more years. If you want to average $50 million a year, I don't have a problem with that. But 2 years is disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You do a 5, you put a club option at 3, player option at 2, club option at 3 and 4. Problem solved.
I can go with that.
Yeah,
Front load it a little bit.
Me too.
Front load it a little bit. Give him 55 for the first 3 years, and then the back 3 or 45, 40, whatever it is. But no, he deserved better. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I was going to say you can kind of tell when a franchise is dependent on you by the length of the contract and not the money. And I don't know, call me wrong, but I don't see Baker as the guy that wants the money for it. I bet if you would have offered him 4 years, 175, 180 million, he would have taken that deal more than the 2 year at 100, because you're showing that longevity. Take the extra money, used it to pick up more players to make Baker the quarterback that he is. Baker has never looked like the type of guy that, oh, give me the monies, that's what I want. I'm the human monies guy. Keep giving me the. No, Baker's always been a team player. He knows the team needs to be there. All you're doing is setting the expectation of, hey, we're going to build this team, and then you're not going to be here to watch it go. So I think Todd Bowles should be out of there anyway. Fucking,
I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it. Why they only give him a 2 year there, because they're looking to move on from him at some point. Well, and if you move on from him, then you definitely want to get your new quarterback.
The problem is right. But the problem is you're not really sitting in a position where you have the ability to negotiate with him.
True.
Because the option, there aren't a lot of better options, first of all.
True.
And second of all, as a team, you have to remember what happened when he was in Cleveland and he got disrespected.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the Baker we're going to see this year.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem's going to come into. He deserved better. And now that they didn't do better by him, he's going to have flashbacks to what happened in Cleveland. And he's instead just going to be a fucking problem.
Yeah. All right, you guys, we're at the end of our time for this evening. I want to say thank you to everybody coming through. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming through over on Wide Wire. Thank you, Maono Microphone, for the sponsor. We do appreciate that. Make sure you check out the Maono Wave T5 wireless lavalier microphone. I got a pair of those. I love them. Make sure you check them out. Good for any creator, cell phone wise, as well as good them up to your computer. And there's nothing else. We'll see you guys again.
I got something. Well, Seven has something. Seven, do you want to lead us out with our sports report anthem on who we say fuck over?
Yes.
Well, first of all, fuck Rob Manfred.
Yes.
But really quick, Wednesday night on Podcast Name Deferred, I am going to have Greg Rawlings as a guest. He runs the largest or the most active and best baseball group on Facebook. 69,000 members.
Wow.
Over 500 former players, including 5 Hall of Famers, are in this group.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
So suffice to say, I will not be on the show. I'm giving up my seat for him this week.
Much love to you, buddy, but no.
I wish.
No, and he's a friend of me and Craig's, and so we have him on. We keep things a little more simple, so and I'm excited to have him on. He's a Braves fan, so I'm going to be excited to hear what he has to say about how the Braves did. He's probably going to invent some new swear words. No, he's not that kind of guy. He's a good dude. But I'm excited to see what he has to say about the deadline, and we're going to have a good chat. That'll be 10 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night. If you're watching this right now, you will be able to watch it on Wednesday.
All right. Real quick, let me go to jury real fast. Tampa Bay should blow it up. You can't yet.
No.
You can't yet.
No. Too much money. It's after this season, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, that depends, because they're talking about trading Vita Vea, and you trade Vita Vea, I don't think you have much of a defense. So
that's a huge loss if you trade him. Huge loss, literally huge loss.
It is, but what are you getting back for him? And that's going to be the question: is when you're trading a guy like Vita Vea, who actually has the package to trade for him?
Right.
Watch it be
particularly
the
this
Rams.
late. Particularly this late, because training camp's about to start.
Watch it be the Rams. The Rams are going to pull the Dodgers and just buy everybody.
Buy everybody.
Fuck you, LA.
All right. We'll see you guys again next week, right here on the Geek Gauntlet, right here on the Sports Report Podcast. Have a great week. Have a safe week. Take care, guys.